Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be looking at how do you measure angles with a protractor, so similar to these problems that you see up on the screen. Just a reminder, this is the normal version. If you'd like the speedrun version where we go through it pretty quickly, I will link that in the description below. All right, your Ricasso Recap starts now. In 30 seconds or less, here's what you need to know before you start this lesson. Firstly, you should already be familiar with a protractor and how to draw angles with it. If you would like a refresher on this concept, I will link a video in the description below. Please go watch that before you start this lesson. All right, new lesson starts now. Here we go. So here we have protractors, two different problems. Let's get the purple one on the left first. And so remember, whichever zero you go through, right? So this one goes through this zero. That means I'm going to use the outer numbers here to measure. Okay, whereas the blue protractor on the right, it goes through this zero, so I'm going to use these numbers to measure, right? So whatever zero you go through, that's what you use to measure. So this purple one on the left, right, is between 120 and 130, and in fact, it's halfway between, so that would be 125 degrees. And on the right-hand side, this is halfway between 40 and 50, so this would be 45 degrees. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these two problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. For the first problem, you should have gotten 120 degrees. And for the second problem, you should have gotten 155 degrees. Okay. Now for this one, all right, this is a weird one because the angle doesn't start on a zero, right? Normally we expect a line here or a line down here, but it doesn't do that. So when it doesn't start at zero, you look at your numbers. So clearly this line right here is 90, exactly 90. And the one on the right, okay, do we use the outside numbers or the inside numbers? Is it 55 or is it 125? And the answer is you can technically use both. What we're going to do is we're going to subtract. We're going to do either 90 minus 55, which gives us 35, or we can do 90 minus 125. It's going to give us a negative 35, right? Can't have a negative angle, so here it's just 35 degrees. You could clean that up a little bit just by always doing the bigger number first, right? 125 minus 90 will give you the same answer of positive 35. Okay, so when the protractor starts in the middle, just take your number measurements and then subtract. All right, time to practice. Go ahead and pause the video, try these two on your own. When you're ready, unpause and we'll check your answers. Okay, now you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem, no matter how you matched your numbers here, you should have gotten 55. And for the second problem, you should have gotten 90 degrees. Make sure that you match outer to outer, right? So, you have to match the 50 with the 140, and you have to match the 130 with the 40 because those are, right, 50, 140 are outer numbers, 130, 40 are inner numbers. Okay. This last type of problem says, is this angle acute, right, or obtuse? So maybe you've learned this before, or maybe you've never heard of it. Acute just means that it's less than 90, smaller than 90. Right is exactly 90. Obtuse is greater than 90 or bigger than 90. So here, the way we measure this, inside numbers, 155. And so this is bigger than 90, so it's an obtuse angle. All right, time to practice. Go ahead and pause the video, try these two on your own. When ready, unpause and we'll check your answers. Okay, now they've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem, when you measure the angle, you got 25 degrees, which means that is an acute angle. And for the second problem, this is a right angle, 90 degrees. And that is it for today. I hope y'all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.